Psych Samples presents What is Psychology? So what is psychology? Why is it important? In this video, we are going to discuss what the discipline of psychology actually is and how it influences our lives. Broadly speaking, psychology is the study of human behavior and mental processes such as cognition and emotion. Similar to biology, chemistry, or physics, psychology is also a scientific field. That is, psychology examines how people think, feel, and behave using the scientific method. You can divide psychology into two broad areas. The first is clinical or counseling psychology, and the other is experimental psychology. Most psychologists in both areas have either a master's or doctoral degree. Clinical and counseling psychology focuses on the assessment, diagnosis, and treatment of psychological issues and other more serious mental health disorders. They usually work with individual clients, but can also treat couples and families. Disorders such as anxiety, depression, substance use, and eating disorders are typically treated by clinical psychologists. Clinical psychologists usually work in hospitals, clinics, schools, and private practice, or in universities. Many are employed as clinicians, but some are primarily researchers and professors. Clinicians often work in conjunction with other mental health professions such as physicians, counselors, and psychiatrists. Most clinical psychologists are trained in a number of psychotherapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy, motivational interviewing, mindfulness, and other behavioral therapies. They can also help to support the family and loved ones of people experiencing a mental illness. The fundamental goal of clinical psychology is to help improve the lives of people living with mental health issues. In comparison, experimental psychologists usually work in a university or research setting. As researchers, they are highly trained to study many of the underlying processes that regulate human behavior and cognition. For example, some of the research areas that are studied include sensation and perception, memory, emotion, and social behavior. They use various research methods to study these topics, such as surveys, field studies, and laboratory studies. Data is collected and then analyzed. The results are then often presented at conferences and published in academic journals. The primary goal of experimental psychology is to understand human behavior, cognitions, and emotion through empirical research. The empirical method describes creating new knowledge through observation, reasoning, and data collection. Let's look at an example. In psychology, a researcher might be interested in studying whether breathing exercises can help people with generalized anxiety disorder. To do this, they might design an experiment where some participants receive training in breathing, and another group of participants does not. The researcher could then ask both groups of people to report on their anxiety symptoms 1 month later. After analyzing the data collected, the researcher may find that the breathing exercises led to a significant reduction in the symptoms of their anxiety disorder. By conducting these types of studies, psychologists are able to collect objective data that help to describe, explain, and predict behavior. Ultimately, this is the best way to truly understand human beings and the nature of our world. We hope that you have found this video helpful and informative. If you enjoyed watching it, please give it a thumbs up and click the notification bell. Subscribe to our channel for more content like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.